Welcome to NBAF Reimagined, where every week we bring you some of the most compelling movers and shakers within Atlanta's art scene. Thank you for tuning in to NBAF Reimagined.
My name is Darrien West. I'm from Lincoln, Georgia. I moved to Atlanta back in 2012 to finish school, but I actually went to school for finance, which is kind of odd, but I've always had a passion and love for art, so I continued to do art, through this whole process. And I would say I really love the art scene here in Atlanta. I think it's a growing art scene with a lot of opportunity. I think Atlanta is a city in general that has a lot of opportunity, especially for black people. And it's given me the opportunity to actually thrive. And honestly, after came from just doing art in my apartment to not doing shows to starting to do shows and actually having my first solo show a couple months ago. So I think Atlanta's a place to be if you're an artist. I come from a small country town. Like, I grew up actually on a ranch, believe it or not. I had horses, cows, goats, and so forth. And when I was getting ready to go out to school, like I wanted to major in art, but from their standpoint, they didn't. Especially at that time, we didn't have social media like that. People looked at it as, dude, you're never gonna find a job in art and so forth. And so I kind of let that get to me, and I just kind of went to school I actually started out for education and so forth. I feel like the biggest thing is just kind of getting that notion that the young artists, to inspire them that you can make a career out of being an artist if you're willing to put in the work and get out, and as far as the dedication as far as into your craft, but also getting out here networking and learning that there's more to it than like I said, growing up in a country town and people telling you can't do anything with art. I think the biggest thing as far as the business of art with me is being able to first off find my style in art, as far as my artistic style. I think that's something that I've consistently been working on, and I'm still constantly working on. But it's been more so trial and error as far as like where to show my work. I started out with doing shows that really wasn't for the artist. It was more so, seemed like it was more for a profit for the show. And so it's gotten to a point where I've learned and had to navigate, what shows are good shows to be in, as far as that's going to work out for me from a business standpoint, but also it's going to work out for even the collectors. Like, they're advertising to people that are actually coming because they're into art and want to buy art and support artists outside of just coming somewhere looking to just party per se. There's a lot of the smaller underground shows that I've noticed here in Atlanta. One of the biggest things I think that has helped me, growing up, I've always been someone that was kind of shy and kind of standoffish. I'm cool and I'm super talkative with my friends and stuff, but when it came to meeting new people, that wasn't something that one of my strong points. I think going to Georgia State kind of brought me out of that because they force you to kind of network. But I took that from a business and finance standpoint to applying that to my art. So I always took an initiative to any show that I'm in. I'm trying to network with the artists that's in the shows, the collectors that's coming to the shows, and that's actually reaped a lot of dividends because I've met guys who've been in the game longer than me as far as artists, and they've helped me and kind of point me in the right direction and so forth. Like one in specific is Ren. From meeting him at Pancake and Booze, which is like, to me, one of those shows that I was just referring to that is like a for-profit show. I met him, and he's been one that I could always hit up, and he'll give me advice and talk to me and stuff. And allowed me to be in his shows and so forth. Another one is I met Eugene from just being out on the art scene.
Yeah, Bird.
And that's Eugene Bird. That's a great brother, and he's allowed me to be in his shows and answer questions and stuff when I needed advice and so forth. So I think the biggest thing to me, and I feel like it's with any industry, whether you're an artist or whatever you're doing, is networking and trying to get out here and meet people, getting out of your comfort zone. And I feel like the one thing that people nowadays look at as it's a bad thing to ask for help or ask for advice from people, because they may look at it as if you're weak, especially as a guy, and I think it's taken me a long time to kind of get over that hump, and I feel like I'm still trying to get over that hump as far as being more open with my thoughts and talking to people and so forth. But that's a big part of it. I think the biggest thing is getting more, if you want to look at it from a government standpoint or institutional standpoint, just more funding of the arts, and people not looking at it as, we have these few artists over here that we're going to support, but there's a ton of other phenomenal artists out here that people just overlook, but it's because they don't have the support and so forth. Me personally, like I don't have the time to be a full-time artist because I don't have the funding to do so. If I did, and I put 60 hours a week like I do on my day job into art, which typically I'm working, soon as I get home from work, I'm doing art till time to go to bed. But if I could put that same energy into the art, then who knows what type of work that I would come out with, But I think the biggest thing is, just trying to get that funding and grants and residencies for artists and so forth. I think what's next for me, like I said, I just had my first solo show. I think what's next for me is continuing to develop my craft and trying different techniques and stuff to grow as an artist, and also, like I said, is to continue networking, to just get out here and be more in the community. And I've always been someone that try to help other people, if I can as well. And eventually, I'd like to start like a nonprofit and so forth as well, supporting the arts and so forth, and try to give back to my community.
With The Observer, and we are excited to be here today with Okeeba Jubalo, who is coming to South Fulton February 15, 2020 with his exhibition Atlanta. So with over 20 years of experience in the arts industry as an artist, as a curator, you really get to focus on anything. So why Atlanta? Why this? So why Atlanta? Why